Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, and me and my partner B. Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're gonna sit down with the culture's most important voices, and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go. Rap Radar Podcast. It's Elliot Wilson.
I'm B-Dot.
B-Dot. This episode is sponsored by
Rap Chat.
Rap Chat, man. The best rappers, man. That's where you get to test your bars out, man. You want to be a great rapper like Kendrick Lamar. You saw Kendrick Lamar at that Grammy performance.
He did his thing, man.
Only way you can be a good rapper is to join Rap Chat, man. There's incredible beats for you to choose from. Practice your raps over. Get your bars together, man. Also, if you're a producer, this is a great place to showcase your tracks, to get aspiring MCs to rhyme over your beats, man. This is it's only really app that's really connecting people in the culture, right, B-Dot?
Absolutely. You can use it on social media too, man. Like I have it on my phone, but you know I can't rap for shit.
You gotta get your bars up.
I'm trying.
You're friends with TDE and you still can't rap.
Hey, easy.
Punch ain't got no pointers for you.
I'm gonna send him a text after this.
Nah, but seriously, we definitely co-signed the Rap Chat app, man. So hit them up at Rap Chat app. They support social media. They support us crazy too. Yep. Make sure you follow them on Twitter, man. Like I said, it's not just for you MCs. Also, your producers. Send your beats over. Make sure you support Rap Chat.
And it's free.
Free, the magic word.
Free.
On your iPhone, man. Make sure you download that app. That's Rap Chat. It's coming soon to the Android. It's all about Rap Chat. The combination. Rap Chat, Rap Radar.
I love it.
So beat out. We also love doing our podcast, man. Last episode, Dave East.
And Wayno,
the manager extraordinaire, man. People like that. I saw somebody say they like when we do like the artists and management, give a little behind the scenes. We did that with Troy Ave and Hovain.
Yep.
So B-Dot, why do you think it was important to put not only just Dave East, but the manager Wayno on the mic too?
Because everybody has a manager, man. And it's important because if you think about it in this day and age, people want to know how inner workings of things going on and things like that. So
decisions that are made. Yeah. You saw Dave East, Nas brought him out for the Valentine's Day show, man.
Yeah.
That guy's really friends with Nas. He wasn't lying, like he said. Those guys are really cool.
He's getting a lot of good looks. It's a Queens thing.
How come you didn't go? You're from Queens. You didn't go to that Nas Maxwell V-Day show, man? You didn't take your lady friend?
Oh, no. I was being a dad.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, the little lady that you love.
Yeah, right.
That's love, man. That's beautiful, man.
It's been a crazy weekend, though.
What you want to talk about, man? All-Star Weekend, the Grammys. There's too much to talk about, man. They said the prelude got to be right in this episode, man. They want to know what we think about Kendrick, Kanye, our crazy-ass Jay Electronic is out here. You know, I think we disagree on that. Which one you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about Kanye. Let's get that out the way.
The life of Pablo?
The life of Pablo.
You want to talk about Pablo?
Let's talk about it.
Well, one thing we were saying earlier, I said to you, like, I feel like now, you know how people say everybody's a hater?
Yeah.
You know, everybody hates everything. I think now things are overly celebrated in the moment. Everybody loves everything at first.
Yeah, like, a lot of the moments.
Yeah, and if you don't love it at first, everybody looks at you as the hater. Like, I feel like, you know, Kanye's made a lot of great albums. I don't know if Pablo compares to any of them on that level. And I feel like, you know, there's so much praise for it out the gate, and it's just like, yo, it's just almost like, I just feel like people be so insatiable and so excited to get music before they could even fully digest it. They're already proclaiming how great it is, how it's the best this, the best that. I just feel like, and then now if you like speak up, like I think you were kind of negative about it. Yeah, you seem like you're the hater. So it's like now the hater is like the quieter voice, like the masses are all cheering, right? Right. And then here comes the hater, like I don't like it, I don't get it. And it's like, oh, what do you mean? It's great.
Because when he played it at Madison Square Garden, granted, to be fair, you can't really digest an album from a stream. Right? I was like, I don't know. Like, the direction of it didn't sound good. So when the stream did come out, and I listened to it on my way from the city back home, and that was a good, like, 45-minute, hour drive. And I'm like, this is not really moving me. I'm not feeling it. Yeah. Like, I think the direction for me personally is off. It's no direction.
There's less polish than past Kanye albums,
I just feel like there's a lot of randomness going on. I think it's just songs. There really is no keys to it. I thought it was going to be more of the direction, like when you heard No Parties in L.A. and Real Friends, those kind of records.
Joe Budden was saying that. There's a lack of just rapping, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of song structure, but it's not like, there's very few moments where he's just going in as an MC. So did he not give enough of that?
That's what I felt. Like I thought it was going to be more of that, but it wasn't. And I mean, I'm not feeling this. Like,
also, is it time for him to kind of scale it down? Because like they did it very masterfully with Dark Twisted Fantasy, but like this idea of so much collaboration, you know what I mean, with so many different voices, like Andre 3000 comes studio, now you do the hook. It's like everything is so like this commutative whole body of work, and everybody has a place in it, and there's 24 people with credited for every song.
Right.
Like, is it time for him to kind of scale it back down, maybe go in a new direction? Because he's done that to such heights. I mean, no, I haven't sat with it enough. I think it's a really good album, but you're judging him by he's one of the greatest album artists.
I'm judging him by his previous work. So
I would made some of the greatest rap albums of all time. So you're judging it by that standard and where he's at career wise, and like you can't say that maybe even Cruel Summer, Yeezus, and now this is him at his apex. You know what I mean? He has a lot to live up to, from the graduation era to, like, I said, a lot of people love Fantasy, and then obviously The Foundation, which is College Dropout, Late Registration. So it's very interesting. I think that he may overdo it a little bit too. I think that now he always wants so much input, and I feel sometimes he tends now to overproduce records. Like, he's never, he's adding so much, and it's just like it's never really done. Like,
I think a lot of people like the Ultra Beam song, and I'm like, it's cool.
Chance is good on that though. I'm starting to like Chance a little more, man. You stayed on Chance.
I listen to it. I think he has a couple bars.
It's a great moment for Chance.
He has a couple bars here and there, but I'm not like head over heels over it, to be honest. Like,
okay, one thing I don't like that you like is I don't like this Jay Electronica guy coming out of nowhere. He's our guy.
Why not?
And taking shots at Kendrick on Grammy night, and it's just like, yo, dog, like, I thought of Jay-Z, man, we need a board, man. This guy's been so inactive. He's given us Exhibit C. He won't put out anything. Kendrick's made 2 great albums. It's his night. He's about to win all these Grammys. He's the top artist right now in this moment, and you're gonna try to rain on his parade and put out some song like dissing him, like on the night of the Grammys. Like,
that's a good song.
Need a board, man. We need a board.
Why? To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Kendrick's the guy right now, right?
There's different leagues, man. Your man Electronica, our guy, he's just not. He's firing in the dark. It's like, and then now everybody want to beef with 50 Cent like it's 2003. Like, leave 50 alone. Like, it's dumb. It's stupid. We want you to be you and establish yourself. You haven't done enough right now. You've been inactive, and like now you want to go at the top guy at the moment. I mean, besides Drake, actually Drake was the other one he went after. If you think about it, with a song where Jay said the line. So it's like he thinks he's competing with Drake and Kendrick, and it's like, yo, dog, you're not active enough.
I agree. His inactivity does hinder, his overall success and output. But he's been saying this. He's been on the record saying how he felt about Kendrick here and there. Like when people talk about Control, he's like, I thought it was okay, and he really
his verse got overshadowed by Kendrick's verse on the Big Sean's record. Control.
He said it on different outlets, and I think, why not? Still sharp and still, right?
I didn't like the song enough, though.
Really?
I thought it was like, he produced the mixing of it, the child noises.
I think the mix was a little bit too high.
It's cluttered, yeah.
But I like the beat.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I still love Electronica. He's out of his mind, and we need him in hip hop, and I'm glad he put something out. But I just felt like that's not the right move at the right time. It's just like, it just reminded me of the Jay-Z "We Need a Boy." Like, you shouldn't be allowed to just like try to rain the sky's parade. And you saw Dave Free was like, this the minute Electronica didn't even know who he was. He's sitting back him like, get off the swine, my brother. At me with it too. Get off the swine.
Well, we're never gonna get an album, so I'm happy with whatever we could get.
Why can't Electronica give his record the title, man? Let's go. Hope's ready.
Jay got to drop this guy.
Give it the title. Kanye give it the title. Why you want him to drop? He just gave a record.
I would love to hear the album. I mean, it's been 6 years this year will be like since he got signed. We went to that signing, the chaining.
That was it. He hung himself with the chain.
Louise.
Nah, but you couldn't take away Kendrick's moment, man. Kendrick, amazing performance. He won 5 Grammys?
5 Grammys. Sticky Ty Lauryn Hill, right?
Did you like the performance?
Yeah, I loved it.
He's got these great performances now. Look at the Kendrick live album and shit. Like,
you speak from your ears, from your mouth to Top Dog's ears.
Oh, do you mad? You want an MP3 for the last song?
Like, he's keep dropping these records that are really good, and like, yo, these are just for the moment. Like, I appreciate it, but come on, man.
It's just for the moment. You know who's having a good moment right now?
Who's that?
This guy, Yo Gotti, man.
Yo Gotti, the Pyrex King.
This guy fucked around and made the biggest record of his career, Down in the DM. It's insane, man. It reminds me of when like Too Short put out Blow the Whistle, and that's now that defines him. So his Yo Gotti been around for decades, man. But this is his biggest career record, man. He's on a high right now, and the Art of Hustle album's finally coming out this Friday. So. And I did a documentary with him called Born Hustler, which is being premiered on BET Jams. So if you have BET Jams, formerly MTV Jams, make sure you check it out.
I did that a while ago.
Yeah, we added some parts though, but it's definitely good. I got to meet his family. We're going to talk about it, man. It's an interesting story. Like, this is the first time where he kind of opened up a lot more about his past and his upbringing, and there's a lot of strong women in his life. That's where his influences come from. That's how he got into the street life. It all comes from women. Like, the women, his moms and his aunt, they're gangster. Like, where do you see the thing? It's incredible. Like, just to get to know him and really kick it in his city. And like we were saying, like, the thing about him is that he's still kind of like the most unknown in a sense, right?
Yeah, most known unknown. And granted, that's a 3-6 album title.
There you go. He's good with them now, though. He's good with them now.
But
they used to have problems. They're good now.
Yeah, but he's like one of the most prolific MCs out right now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yo Gotti dropped like 5 mixtapes last year.
He had to deal with TVT years ago.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Down the DM was a mixtape song that just took off. So
right.
You never know, man. But happy he's here, man. But a lot of people say we should get him. You know, he's definitely represents the street side of things. And it's funny because he used to always tell me how he's this artist that doesn't have the big record, but you know he does great on the touring and local clubs in the South and St. Louis and those markets, Chitlin Circuit, Homecomings. Like he's a master. Like other artists with bigger records don't want to touch the stage after him, but now he got the record to back it up. So it's going to be interesting to see how far he can take his career now.
And he's one of my favorite artists from the South too. You know, so I like.
And you never talked to him yet, right?
Nah, I never have. I've seen him in passing, but you know, I don't talk to rappers.
Well, he's got a hit record, and he also did break the record, right, Brian Corson? Most guests on the guest list to come, to come to the Rap Radar podcast. Yo Gotti plus 20, man. They're all outside, man. They're talking to each other. Let's get ready. We got one more sponsor, though, before we go, right?
Are we getting the comments?
Oh, let's get the comments first. My bad. Thank you for subscribing, rating, and reviewing the Rap Radar podcast on iTunes.
Of course.
If you leave a comment, we will read it on the air. That's what we're doing right now. We got about a couple new comments. Let me get to it.
Let's get to it, man. I get a lot of tweets, too.
This is Mr. Peter Parker. He says, the title says it all. Oh, he says, it's currency. The title says it all. This is a very dope podcast, but you guys definitely need to broaden your scope of artists. Joe, my man Spitter on here. What's the holdup? Jets, fool.
Currency, is that you?
Yo, Currency, why are you out here pretending to see you're somebody else in these comments, man? Should we have gotten Currency? We missed that run when he was like, it was another one we felt the guy was just doing so much press and it just didn't have a lane for us to really. I
don't think Currency's going anywhere anytime soon.
He just dropped a great project with Alchemist.
Yeah. I'll pal out.
It's probably better than his name. I'll pal out. Who we got to get on too one day. We'll make sure. Next comment is from DJ Murray. He says, salute, gave us 5 stars. Podcast is dope. The pinnacle of my listening experience was the Beans interview. Keep cooking up. Shout out to Beans. He finally dropped a new record too. Shout out to
I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet.
Yeah, I think it's called like Top Shotta. Somebody said, please go to Philly and do a Meek Mill interview. From your mouth to Coon Philly's ears. Nah, I tried that. I haven't got clearance yet. He gives us 5 stars. He says, I'm going to definitely refer this podcast to people because the people been looking for something like this. Well-respected and experienced guy from hip-hop culture that understands hip-hop culture. Thank you. Is that me or you? Either way, we'll take it.
I'll take it both of them.
Somebody says, get Tory Lanez. Mr. Tory Lanez. Mr. New Toronto.
He's everywhere.
5 stars. He gave us this. This is Lynn123. Says, get Tory Lanez. Gave us 5 stars. Says, I love this podcast. I'm a huge fan, and the questions you guys ask are in depth. You guys get with your interviews. It's messing up the words. You guys get with your interviews, and it's awesome. Okay. My favorite show so far was the Logic interview. Shout out to Logic. People sleep on that one.
Yep.
You guys were so prepared.
You don't say.
And then again, you need to interview Tory Lanez. Don't sleep on him. 100. So don't sleep on Tory Lanez,
man.
I want to interview Tory Lanez.
Put that in the suggestion box.
Someone says 4, almost 5 stars. Thanks a lot, Johnny. 5,99999. He says, love the podcast. I just got hit, but some of the guests are too rude to cut their phones off for a 60-minute interview. Yeah. I like that. I like that. The
realness of it.
Very unprofessional. Besides that, top 2 podcasts I listen to, seriously, guys. Breakfast Club doesn't have those issues.
Angela's a fucking tyrant.
I'm about to turn your phone off?
Yeah, gum, everything.
He doesn't like. Oh yeah, he doesn't like you chew gum. She'll smack you up. All right, but now we'll tell Gotti. Gotti might be getting some DMs while he's out there. We have to make sure his phones are on. But we got one more sponsor, a new sponsor, right, B-Dot?
Yes.
I'm excited about this.
Well, you know, people like to sleep on us, but instead of us, they need to sleep on Lisa. Lisa's a mattress redesigned, Leesa.
Yes, sir.
It's available exclusively.
Comfy, cozy.
Yes, available exclusively online. It's made in America, 100%. Free shipping anywhere in the U.S.
You know, B-Dot, my wife got a new job. Might be moving to a new location, man.
What?
You know, I gotta order a new bed, man. I might have to go hit up Lisa, man.
Really?
DC, man. She got to be DC bound, man.
What?
Good job, man.
Why is leaving Brooklyn? We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I have to flip that place, man. So when you get a new place, they always have big moves when you order that bed. You get that bed in the crib. It's exciting. I'm about to go the Lisa route, baby.
Word, and it's 100-night risk-free trial. So you got 100
So if you don't
nights.
like that mattress,
hey,
have a bad moment with that mattress, you ain't feeling it?
You ain't feel it? Lisa got you covered,
So
man.
you tell me they're guaranteeing that comfort, man, getting you right.
No, they're guaranteeing the comfort.
I appreciate that.
And to the Wall Street Journal, they said this is the Uber mattresses.
Really?
That's what the Wall Street Journal said.
That's a prestigious publication. Even Kanye West would say so. WSJ.
Exactly. So
how do I get down with Lisa, man?
Go online, man. LEESA. Google it. Lisa Mattress is the mattress redefined. Tell them the Rap Radar podcast sent you. Go ahead. Get your sleep on.
Get your sleep on. Don't sleep on the Rap Radar podcast. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review us. We'll be right back with our next guest, man. The next episode with Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Sully Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B.Dot Miller, man. With the only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Oh, yeah. Yo, Gotti. The family's here, man.
Smell like money over here.
What's up, baby? You good?
You know my man.
What's up, man? How you?
How you doing?
Chilling. Right here, Gotti.
Might get another chair.
Getting it live. Oh, Brandon's here. Oh, shit.
What's going on?
The family. What up? Latrice is here.
What's up, Trees?
Mic check.
What's good, Cap, for me too, B? I left it up there. What's good, Cap?
How you feel, Gotti?
I'm great, man. I'm feeling good.
History, baby. Get them headphones, man. History, man. We finally here.
Man.
The Art of Hustle this Friday.
Finally.
Yeah, it's time, man. We here.
You don't see Gotti don't move till it's right, man. You know what say patience?
Yeah.
This guy, man.
Yeah, that's survival. That's survival of the game. A lot of time is patient. You got to wait them out.
Yeah.
A lot of them kill themselves, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think was the key?
Get out the way for you.
But was it hard to wait? Because this is Art of Hustle, and I know you had such a concept. We'll get into it. The people that don't know how much it's about your family and your upbringing and revealing a lot of things that you never did. Was it hard to sit on that when you knew what the concept was? You know what I'm saying? For so long?
Nah. It wasn't hard to wait because a lot of it is it was getting comfortable with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, like, you know how you be wanting to speak on something, but you think it get you in trouble?
Yeah. You were taught not to speak.
Yeah, so like,
Where you come from?
The culture's different with this in the music game. Like the music game, everybody want to know everything about you.
Yeah.
But you got to think like, 20-something years, I've been trained to never tell nothing about you.
Yeah.
And I always cover your track, never show nothing, never. Even the people around you, the dudes that's with you every day, they with you to a certain point. They ain't going to the house. They ain't going to certain spots. So it's like being trained like that for 20-something years, man. Then I know the fans want everything. Now I'm trying to give them more and tell them more. So it been kind of.
So you said the hustle is about the laws of the game.
Yeah, it's about the laws of the game. It's about the switch, the ultimate switch, my transition from the streets to just the entrepreneurship.
The legal hustle.
Yeah, legal hustle. I like that.
Well, on the covers, man, like that thing is the most like shocking thing to me. Like it takes my eye. Like talk about those covers on the album.
Man, they're original. Elliot, no.
Yeah. Is that you and your sister?
Yeah, it's me and my cousin.
Oh, okay.
My cousin Erica, like her mother did like 10 or 15 years in the federal penitentiary too, just because she didn't want to tell it on nobody.
Right.
You know. Yeah, that's mean we at the MGM in Las Vegas at one of them big fights. We sitting like front row.
Wow.
And everything. Like I feel like if you look at the pictures, you see how they were dressing me though.
Right. Because you're like, how old are you then?
What, I'm about 7, 8 maybe. Like
Didn't
they
even
dressing
know.
me like with the chains on. I feel like my aunties, like they knew I was gonna be something.
Yeah.
You know,
You look comfortable with them too. At the young age, you look
You see
comfortable.
with the jewels, I'm like, they was getting money.
And they tell me that I always wanted to I always wanted to wear the chains and stuff like.
Cause you say your grandmother said you knew how to count up to like 100 or something.
Yeah. I used to do like one of my grandmamas in Hyde Park. She was she sold the freeze cups and stuff like that. So she always had the money around, the change around. You know, I was always like into money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it was your mom. Your aunt said you used to want the real money, not the play money.
Yeah.
God used to love to count the real money as a child.
Yeah. I want to see how it feel. I want to touch it, the texture. You know what I'm saying? Like I really plan on having this one day. Like I'm trying to start off pretty early, try to get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but I was privileged to get to know Gotti's family. We did this documentary, Born Hustler, for people that don't know, man. It was why, like you said, like to finally share your world and open up. Like, why did you decide to reach out, and what was that experience like for you?
I was reading the book, The Art of War, at one moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just thought about it. Like, I had read all the books, 48 Laws of Power, and I was trying to think of like, man, don't nobody got no book about hustling. Like, I mean, you can apply these rules to hustling,
which a lot of guys have.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, some of them books, like you say, the 48 Powers of Law, like I think is a powerful book. But me personally, that ain't how I'm rocking. To me, I use it more of defense than offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in stringing people along. Like, if I rock with you, I rock with you. I'm really gonna put you in position. Like, so a lot of them things I don't agree with, but I want to know them in case anybody ever try to play them on me. You know what I'm saying? So I call it defense. So when I was doing the Art of War, I was like, man, it'd be cool if it started off with like thinking like I should write a real book. Like, there's so many questions behind Yo Gotti, like, because you don't see the platinum plaque, or you don't see me at the Grammys, or you don't see me winning all these awards, and then I might pull up on you and like 1.8 worth of cars all paid for, and they know they paid for. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the mathematical, financial things don't add up. Right. So you hear a lot of rumors like, oh, that boy's still in the street, still hustling. Yeah. Oh, that's that dope money this family had. Oh, this, oh, this, that. When it's really just the art of hustle, man. I'm just a great hustler.
Because you know what I'm saying? I remember on the Concealed mixtape, you told Epic Records it's not about the money. It's not about the look. It's about the money, though.
Yeah,
right?
It's always about the money.
He said even
when it's about the look, that look need to be to the money. You know what I'm saying? This look don't get us to the check or what?
Right.
You know what I mean?
He said that's the most big common theme. If you listen to your catalog, money comes up. The most of anything.
I'm a Yo Gotti fan, but
I'm my favorite subject, man. Like, listen, I graduated. Look at it clear. I graduated. I went to college for a semester. Right. I ain't never had no issue. I always made straight A's in math. Man, I'm counting the money for it come out the pocket. You pull it up. Yeah, it's about a 10.
Is it true you said when you graduated at 12th grade you had like $100,000?
I had I counted like 139,000 I was in like the 10th going on 11th grade.
The fuck? What was I doing, man?
He thought he could pay his way to college.
Yeah,
talk about that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that you had to have a certain grade point average, or I always thought you pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought your parents pay the money. You go to school. the expensive.
God, he's like, I got the money. GPA, what?
Yeah, so my shit was, as long as I got the money, I paid to get in school, and then I found out like you couldn't do that. So. And it sent me back to the streets. Like, for a long period of time in my life, I was gonna blame school if I would end up in the federal penitentiary or something happened to me, because I felt like I'd done it. I felt like I tried to do what was right.
Try to do it the right way.
And you told me, fuck it. You know what I mean? Because you a point or two short. Okay, yeah, back to Memphis.
So is it kind of rewarding that now, like, I'm sure you performed at TSU. You couldn't get there.
Now they give me a lot of money.
Now they get you money. You know what I'm saying? You got the dime from TSU. Now you perform there and they pay you to come.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
It's funny how life works.
Yeah, shit crazy.
Well, let's talk more about this album, man. Like, the record's blowing up. The DM, man. We got
the biggest hit of your career, man. Yeah, I didn't believe it, man. I didn't think I was gonna be the one, man. You proved me wrong, man.
Yeah, we you know, you in line with a lot of them. Yeah, you know. How did
you just put it on the tape, right? And it just took off on its own? Like, how did the record take off in your judgment?
I just put it on the tape, man. Like, I ain't gonna try to take no credit for being like, oh man, this was the joint. I knew this was the joint. Man, it was just another song to me.
Cause you make so much, like he says, like he just puts them out.
Right.
Like,
I'm making 3, 4, 5 songs a day. I'm not even being honest with you. Like, I'm not even dwelling into the music that long. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you move on.
Like, I'm on. Like, the music that's coming out Friday, I don't know when the last time I heard it, because I'm so recording the new music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But when did you realize this? Oh, this feels different. Like this is starting to move in a way that
when I synced it. Yeah. See, to me, even with signing artists for CMG and everything, it's like I believe my indicators is like the eyes and shit. So it's like when I see the music transcending to people, because you gotta understand, I'm an artist, but I'm an executive too at heart. So it's like I don't take the shit personal, even if it's my music. If I'm in the club and it ain't popping, that shit ain't popping, and people ain't responding to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The people decided. Somebody said you gotta get the people to turn their phones off at the guests. It was like, nah, we keep it live, man. We don't do it.
I got 3 phones.
That ass. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But you was in a club and you started with a club in Memphis? When you started seeing people move to it?
No, we was in Atlanta. BET weekend. What is BET weekend? Yeah. In the A. We was BET weekend. We had just turned all them cars Tiffany. We had just turned all the cars to Tiffany blue color.
Okay. So you switched to white? See, because white, people that don't know, you did white for a long time.
Man, that white world, that was my joy.
You see the Tiffany shit?
I didn't see the Tiffany.
I gotta put it up for you. This different.
But you remember you had that song,
Way
White
different.
Cutlass, White Clean, White Chuck. That was my shit.
Yeah, the white represent the struggle. We still doing white. It was just like, niggas get bored. I'm like, man, it's BT weekend coming out. I want to go to Atlanta, do some different shit.
Gotta change it up.
You know what I mean? So I was thinking like, we're gonna come red. We're gonna come a couple different colors. And I seen the Tiffany blue color, actually like in Ball Harbor. Walking through. I looked Florida. At the Tiffany color and was like, I wonder if maybe I can get the cars that color.
That's the move.
That shit was like super dope.
And you got the song called Tiffany too.
Yeah, that was the purpose of the song.
Oh, okay.
Like, see, if you know what Tiffany is, like, you go under the Tiffany diamonds different. It's just like Rolex diamonds, and you can put diamonds from all the jewelers in your watching. But if you get it from Rolex, that's 3-4 times the price for the same.
More expensive.
You know what I'm saying? So Tiffany is a whole nother price line, and I made the song with the references like that.
Yeah.
And I was just fucking with like the colors of the cars and the prices of the cars, just saying like this shit Tiffany.
So was you in the club with other artists and them seeing that this record's moving maybe bigger than their records, like because it's BET weekend, right?
Atlanta on Smash. This probably was the hottest record coming through the 80s.
But you didn't know you had it like that at that moment, right?
At the time, I knew it was on the tape. And I had a couple records. I had the record with Fetty Wap, Tell Me, and another record I did with Metro called Rich Nigga. Like I liked it, all 3 of them records. I didn't know which one was gonna be.
Just drew them out to the DJs and let them choose.
And I actually shot after I left BET Awards, I went out to Vegas and shot the video to Tell Me with Fetty. Like that next week.
Thought that might be the one.
I thought that may be the one. I'm just being ready. I'm putting the joints in the chamber. You know what I mean? I'm loading up in case this shit take off. And like it was already killing the street that weekend. And like that following week, man, we just seen it start popping up on stations, like 10, 15 stations, 2-3 days, and it shit just started spreading. Like it was my fastest growing record ever.
In the video, man,
this shit just shot up like 3-4 weeks, top 10. Like shit was crazy.
But everyone's loving the video comparisons to like Outkast international players.
Yeah, that was dope.
What was your approach to the video? Why was it so important to get a good visual with that?
Man, because the song was moving so fast, and once it started moving, and once I started seeing how the record was crossing over to different cultures, and once I did catch it and realize how big the record was finna be, I'm like, yo, the visual got the. I started thinking like I've been around. You know what I'm saying? Like
I shot a lot of videos.
I remember not even just shooting them, but seeing them. Yeah. I remember niggas was doing videos that count. Like niggas ain't really doing videos that count.
Yeah, they're really gonna make people
like,
gonna talk about.
Visual.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You shoot that motherfucker in front of your grandma's house anywhere. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's just about the visual. So niggas ain't really doing visuals that count no more. So
real treatments and shit.
So I'm like, yo, this shit got to count on. I don't even care to do it. I mean, the record, I knew the shit was going #1, but once we was 5 and moving, I'm like, yo, we gotta get it right. You know what I'm saying? We don't get it right, we just ain't gonna do one.
What made you put Khaled in the joint, in the video?
Major key alert.
Khaled came out of nowhere, man, took Snapchat by Snow. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are the social media kings, man.
Yeah, man, crazy shit is me and Khaled was just sitting I recorded the record at Khaled's studio.
Oh, down the DM?
Yeah. Wow. That was recorded at We The Best Studio.
Crazy.
And by one of his producers done the beat. So, you know what I'm saying? I shout out Khaled because Khaled, in a sense, he didn't help me write the record or make the record. He wasn't there. But I still feel like, in a sense, he helped me because I played on my album and, just playing it. I played it for people. And I'm like, man, what you think I got? What you think missing?
The elements are missing.
And he told me a tempo. He was like, I don't hear these tempo records. And I started just making nothing but them tempo records, which one of them was the DM tempo.
It's kind of, I think it's kind of ironic that, you know, your biggest song of your career is Down to the DM, but you have like this love-hate relationship with social media.
Yeah, like, I was just telling somebody else that shit. I think it's just like, because
like throughout your whole, I would say within the last 5 years since, you know, the rise of Instagram and Twitter, like I think of the song you was like, yo, these Twitter gangsters, and
I don't like that.
You hate it.
I mean, I fuck with it if you getting a girl off it. You know what I mean? I ain't with all the tough shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To me, like, I'm from an era where tough guys are really tough.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no way to prove you're tough but to be tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, and this word is like, you know, it's pros and cons to everything. So this where it come down to, like, back in the day, if you had an issue with somebody, you had to really spend time, do research maybe to catch them.
Right.
You know, no, he gonna
where
be
they
here.
stay.
He gonna be here. I'm gonna catch his ass here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like now you can like handle your business too easy.
Right.
You can wake up in the morning, stretch, grab the phone, and tweet him. Bam. It's like you smacked him.
Right.
Weak ass nigga. You actually, you know what I'm saying? Like you took care of your business. You took care of your business from the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you used to couldn't do that.
It's pulling up in a different way.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had to like see him. So
it was hard for you to kind of embrace that, and
I still ain't embraced that.
You got a song called Down to the DM.
No, but that's not. I ain't talking about they going down with you.
Oh, okay.
On the tough shit.
Right.
Yeah, you said on My City, you said it go down a different way, not down here.
You see him.
Right.
Yeah, My City, the opening track with K. Michelle. Yeah. She's singing her heart out in that joint, man. Talk about making that song. How important that record was, My City.
I fuck with K. Michelle, man, because I know I struggle, like being from Memphis. Like I ain't like when the world synced her, I had been synced her before then.
Yeah.
So I know all the work she had to put in. She a prime example of the art of hustle. Somebody who took their spot, who went in, demanded their position. She went in, you know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, she came in the game on the reality shit, and then she came and she had a single. Like you know what I mean? It's like she went in, used that avenue to go get what she wanted to get, and you don't look at her like a reality host. She a single.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She
like
used that to make it happen.
She used that. That's hustling. That's that Memphis shit.
But why? Like I'm sure you made many records about Memphis or where you come from. Like what made My City special? Like why was that the right record to lead the album with? And what was the big overall message you think you needed to still convey in that song?
That was the actual last record I done for the album too.
Wow.
Like I actually had a whole nother intro, and the album was done. And I got that record. When I got the record, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? First I was listening to like when the beat gonna drop in. And then I was like, okay. Then I hit it's a girl from Atlanta who actually playing the guitar on it. I got on the phone with him. Cause my homie Dane from Oakland, he the one sent me the record. And I'm like, yo, get me on the phone with the girl. So I'm asking like, what's up with the beat? She like, I'm gonna build a beat. Like drop the vocals, then I build a beat. And when I started writing to it, I'm like, nah, I don't want no drums or nothing. I just want to leave just the guitar on it. So after I put my verses on it, then I sent it to K. Michelle. And she loved it. She knocked it right out.
One of the lines that you said on that record, you said is like you be going through some shit. You don't want people to bother you.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of things you be going through? Guys?
Some of the same shit we be talking about. Like it's a love-hate relationship, man, with the fans, with the people, with the media. Like it's pressure on the not me. I don't give a fuck, but it's pressure on people out here. The average artist you see going through shit. Like, you know what I mean? You got little dudes may play with you on the social media, and you know what I mean. Everybody want to know what you gonna say, what you gonna do, but really that's against your code. You know what I mean? Like
so much attention.
You know what I mean? Like what you do? Do you play with it? Do you not? You know what I mean? Like you be really stuck in a rock and a hard place because everybody wants you to do something that you ain't really about. You ain't really. I don't live like that. I don't live by them rules. You know what I'm saying? So it be like you just be going through between trying to be an artist and a real person.
Yeah.
So how do you navigate the conflicts with the King of Memphis thing and things that might come your way?
Man, look, anybody from Memphis know what's up. You know what I mean? Anybody from Memphis know what's up. I've been around like. How long y'all said?
A long time.
I've been getting money all that time. You know what I mean? I've been wearing all my jewelry and shit all the time. I've been driving the nice cars all the time. I ain't in no gang, let's be clear. I ain't in no gang. You know what I'm saying? I ain't part of nothing. I don't need no help. I'm solo thugging. And it been like that 10, 15 years. I ain't never been tested. You don't know nobody who'll push me down. And I'm Herman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm at Walmart, Walgreens, Ching's, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they ain't on no. We just talking real life. This ain't saying I'm the toughest guy in the world or nothing like that. I'm just saying though, when they come to my city, like, you know.
But do you think it's just competition because you are the established guard? Like if a guy like a young Dolph comes up in the game that they want the spot, is it just competition, you think?
I think anybody come up should want the spot. You know what I'm saying? Black youngster want the spot. He from Memphis.
Yes, sir.
He from my city. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we talk about it. So you got to understand, like, with me being in position, being probably the head rapper of Memphis right now today, I'm talking to my artists who want this spot.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You think I'm gonna talk him out of it? He got to want it. If he don't want it, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a great investment for me. you dig what I'm saying? So like, I don't take nothing from nobody who wants spots or nothing. You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? But, you know.
But I think my city,
you get respect is give respect, though.
Right. But I think my city also explores the complexity of Memphis and your feelings about the city, right? Your dedication to it, even though there is a lot of negative in it. Like, what do you think to people that may not have been to Memphis? Like, what makes Memphis different than, let's say, Atlanta or St. Louis or these other cities?
I don't know if it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may be the same. I just know Memphis because I'm from Memphis. I know the state. Like, when I go to Atlanta, I know, you know, I know a fair amount of people in every city. That's connected to the streets and different things. But I don't know none of it like I know my city. I know everybody, every hood, every situation, everybody who getting money, everybody who ain't getting money, everybody who can get you in a real issue, who can't get you in an issue. I know who they are in Memphis. You dig what I'm saying? And they know who I am in Memphis. So it's different. I can speak on it for Memphis from a different perspective.
But why do you think you remain so?
I know, you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think you remain so dedicated to it? Because you could have got successful and moved to an Atlanta, moved to another.
It's in me. Yeah. It's in me. Even though I'm talking about it, I'm one of them. I come from the same spaces they come from, so I understand them.
So you still get that struggle, like on that same record, you say like, "Oh, he gonna fuck up." He just.
What I was telling you, I'm one of them. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, mentally and morally, I'm one of them.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, so I understand them. So it's like.
Do you think that's part of because of the family, because of the strong women in your life, and because of the roots of where you come from?
Man, I don't even. That might just be some Memphis shit. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love the city though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the city though. You know, I just, like I was telling you, when I was in the 10th, 11th grade, I was getting a lot of money for my age. You know, I just wish that they were getting the type of money that I was getting. You know what I mean? They don't say that they less gangster or less in the streets. It's just a different era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they may have more guns. You know what I'm saying? Than money. Than the guns we had back then. It's just a different generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but I'm a hustler. At the end of the day, I'm a hustler. Everything you done was for the paper.
Like on 100, you said,
you know what I'm saying?
You said truthfully you don't like to rap. Like, you really still feel that way at times?
I mean, I like the I don't like the game, the industry. I don't like the fakeness. I don't like the industry friends. Everybody who want to, when they see you, they shake your hand, man. Let's get in the studio, let's do a joint. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something. And then, you know,
let's build.
Then they never answer the phone. Never get back. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I got you.
Or the DJ who say your record hot, they never play it. You know what I mean? Or the executive who tell you your priority and goddamn it never approve the budget. Or, you know what I mean?
When you talk about execs, you have a lot of respect for L.A. Reid, though. Like, you talk about him a lot on your records. What's your relationship like with him?
L.A. Reid like my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he the first executive I ever worked with that worked with, like, in a real executive manner. You know what I mean? Like to me, he a true boss. You know what I mean? Like, when you speak L.A. Reid, for me, just knowing of him, then meeting him, and then dealing with him, you know, I got the utmost respect for him because he loved the music first and foremost. Like, he want to hear the music. Some people don't even care about the music. And you know what I mean? You talk to the people who gonna market this shit and put it out. If it make the company some money, cool. If not, they don't understand it.
Don't care about the third verse.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, LA may tell you something about the verse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that rhythm right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he into the music, not trying to control your music. You know, so he gonna let you do your own music, but he into it. So it's different than working with somebody who actually like the music and somebody who don't. Plus, you know, as far as me, I don't know. other people rocking, but whatever we try to do, he's supporting it.
Yeah, and you had horrible experiences in the past with record labels. Some people that don't know. Talk about that. Like, you bought yourself not out of just one deal. He bought himself out of 2 deals.
Yeah, I spent almost close to $1 million just buying myself out of record deals.
Yeah, I read that. It's like for TVT spent $500,000.
Yeah, I spent like $500.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they only gave me like $40 to sign.
Wow.
Yeah, they gave me like $40,000 to sign, and I bought myself out for like $500. So
that's like, fuzzy math right there.
They profit like $460 on the kid.
That dude hit me. What's his name? Steve? Who's Steve?
Steve Gotti.
He hit me on LinkedIn. We might get him one day. He's a monster. He hit me on LinkedIn.
He own Mad Niggas Publishing.
He does.
Like he's somewhere. He hit me on
LinkedIn. Like he hit me on LinkedIn. Like, I have an idea. You want to call me? There's some number. Yeah.
He probably got a check for you. He got an idea. That boy beast.
But we talked about that. Like, at that time when you did that deal, though, you felt like, okay, this is a good move because I'm from the South. It gives me a look. But then you met Birdman, and that changed everything, right?
Yeah, but I was going through a lot of personal situations at the time. Like, a lot of my partners was getting indicted. You know what I'm saying? They were picking up everybody around me. The feds had just came in my mama's house, seized a lot of things. They have been, just like on some of my situations.
Yeah.
I ain't never spoke about this, but like, my mama was working at the time in like a grocery store. You know what I'm saying? And the feds came in. They had on the surveillance and cars and stuff we was driving for like months. And they came in her house. But they never came in my house, but they came in her house looking for me. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, wasn't nothing in there. So, and then after that, they picked up one of my homies, picked up another one, and they had a list with all our names on it. So at the time, I'm in the street. I know what's coming. I ain't dumb, you know what I mean? I know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time I done the deal, I wasn't even doing it from a rapper's perspective. Like, I was at a point in my life where it was like, man, look, this your chance to leave this shit alone and get into the music business. It wasn't about the 40,000, man. I had, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
We making 40,000 in a day. You know what I'm saying? And a couple plays, like, it was more the opportunity. Like, man, look, I'm gonna take this shit, whatever it is. And get out these streets and use my shot at this rap shit. And I ain't really probably didn't have the best lawyers or nothing like that. So I signed the deal for the 40. And it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Jon was popping and Yin Yang twins, and they were winning. And man, them for one thing about me over there. You know what I'm saying?
What's your relationship like with your mom now? I know you said she kicked you out the crib at one
Mama
point.
Records,
powerful.
powerful.
She never kicked me out. I kind of I moved out. She gave me the option.
Okay.
Like, you on some shit like, you want to be grown, nigga, get your own.
Cause you say you fucked up the rentals and.
Yeah, I was doing, but she know, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were doing high speed chases. I had rental cars in her. I fucked up a couple rentals. Come to think about it, I fucked up a couple cars when nobody in my family rent me a car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cause you need to hustle out the rentals, right. So you need to keep a rental back then. Cause that's, you low key moving around in the rentals and shit. And I was I always had this rule, my mama told me, you never get caught. You and the shit never be in the same place. So either I'm hopping out the rental and the shit still in the rental, I'm gone.
Right.
Or I'm throwing the shit out the rental before I stop.
The stash can't
and
be
then you I may pull over later. You know what I'm saying? And I just got evading arrest or something like that. So I tore up a couple of rentals, man, but I'm talking about towed them out, ran into houses, other cars. I was never pulling over. That's one thing. Get ready. Get behind me. Get behind me, and we dirty. Oh, you gotta earn your check, partner. You gotta catch me. I don't get it. Like how you pull over and you know you got shit in the car.
You gotta earn your check, partner.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got a 10, 15, 20 year sentence in the car, and you pull over, you gonna take your chance that you gonna give them your license, and maybe they gonna get back in the car. Fuck that. Like, what's evading arrest on top of that? I may get 20 to 21 and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like another 6 months for the evading arrest. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
But why was it important to have that record, Mama, on Art of Hustle?
Powerful record, man.
I always had Mama records though. It went with the first one. I always, every album, I feel like it's never enough that I can say to her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's never enough. So every album, I try to have a record that's dedicated to just telling her the state I'm in.
Yeah.
because even now, like I may be traveling 6 months at a time.
It's crazy.
I don't even see my mama, or you know what I'm saying. So, and I keep a world what's popping. I may call her like, I'm doing this show or this show, big shit, to let her know we're accomplishing things. And
number 1 record.
Yeah, mama got my first number 1 record. And she's like, oh, for real? Tell all her friends and tell everybody in the family. But I always, in between them gaps, I just be wanting to let her know what's happening with me. Because even winning, sometimes there still be struggles and pains. Like even at this point of our career, I'm telling you, like every day, and it's still we going through different cities. Like we still faced with shit every day.
You say you spent like $1.5 million on Mother's Day with her?
Yeah.
What the hell you get? What kind of gift?
I bought her a restaurant. It's called Privé.
Wow, I took my mother to a restaurant.
Yeah, Elliot said it.
It's a nice place.
Real restaurant. I know you heard niggas. We got a kitchen and some cooking. Soul food shit.
Dinners.
We talking like some.
No, you wouldn't know it.
Like,
the biggest thing.
We talking like chain corporate restaurant.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know it's owned by you. It's just dope in its own right.
Yeah. Not even me. You
hip hop artists. Yeah, black owned.
If you go, you know what I'm saying? Like we employ, like that's another thing. Like you know what I mean? Like we talking about when we talk about Memphis, like and what I do. Like we got employed. It's probably 400-500 people that eat off me in Memphis, you know what I mean? Between restaurant, real estate businesses, trucking businesses. When I sign other artists, they need managers and road managers. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit ain't just a word when we talk king.
Right.
How do you deal with all that responsibility? Does it get stressful? Like how do you deal with it?
Nah. Ain't nothing more stressful than them streets.
Yeah.
I feel like it. It was times where I couldn't sleep at night because I was waiting on the door to get kicked in from either the robbers or the police. Ain't nothing worse than that stress. Yeah. When you sleep inside the gun because you don't know if the robbers coming in, and it's a lot of times people don't know, man. Like when you making that money in the street, it's harder to hide the money than it is to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't trust a lot of people. Who you gonna trust? You can't take it over your mama house. You close the people to you because that's the first place they coming.
They think it's going to be
the first place the police coming. It's the first place the robbers coming. So them first 2-3 people you trust, that's out of the picture. Now you're down to the 4 people you really don't trust but got to trust.
Got to empower them.
On the spots, or you just yourself, or it's just you got to come up and be creative. So, man, like that's the most stressful shit in the street to me. Like when. So this rap shit.
But you never miss it because sometimes people say they feel that there was an addiction to it or the rush of it. Do you ever miss that?
Yeah.
Like being in the car and not pulling over and those type of exciting moments?
No. I don't miss the running from the police because that shit that's dangerous too. You know what I'm saying?
Now, right?
But the addiction of making money is just as addictive as people who take the drugs. It's a rush. It's a crazy rush. Like you got to think like. My brother been out of prison. How long you think now?
Shout out to Jook.
Yeah, Jook. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he came home. I was your guy that was making money. I was a millionaire, right? He went back to jail for drugs because it's just, and it's like it's already set up for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went back. He got out. Went back again. Like, it's like the 3rd time. You know, and I was bigger every time he got out, but like this the first time that he got out and like. All right, I get it. I can hustle another way because this shit addictive. Like when you're used to making the money the way you used to making it, that's what you go. That's your career. Yeah. That's how you look at it. So, I had to explain to bruh like you can hustle anything. You know what I mean? That's the art of hustle too. It ain't what you hustling. It's just hustling. If it's headphones, if it's music, if it's French fries, if it's what I'm saying, like you just hustling something. It don't got to be work or whatever it is, and that's what I had to go back and forth with bro about. Like, bro, you one of the best hustlers I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to show you the new product I got though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're proud of that.
I got some new product, bro, and this shit make way more money. You know what I'm saying? It's making way more money. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to come over here and, like, you know what I mean, pay attention to it and get involved.
Yeah, because it went from your family inspiring you to be part of the street life, and now you've made everybody legalize the hustle and follow your path now. Yeah. You led them a different way.
Yeah, I always was a studier, man. Like, even in the streets, like, I always was a studier. I ain't never jumped out just head first. I always thought about the pros and cons of everything and thought of that. I think that's one of my gifts. Like,
I know kind of talk about your father a little bit. You said he wasn't around like that, but at one point you had to front him bricks. Like,
yeah, my dad a gangster, man, just flat out. Like he like, you know, it's a situation where it's like I can't say he wasn't in my life, but I can't say like he was in my life like how I want to be a father to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like he took care of me. Like if I needed clothes for school, Christmas, all the holidays, you go get money from your dad. He was like that. He had money. He was a hustler. He was in North Memphis and Hyde Park, taking care of business. But like, you know, just certain time and rules and bonding like we didn't really do.
Yeah.
You just coming through getting money. You know what I mean? We didn't really spend that time until I start having the sack. You know what I mean? So I was the nigga he had to call when he couldn't find nothing in the city. Oh man, who ain't nobody got nothing. Who man? You know, nigga from real crazy. Yo man, your son the one got the sack. You know what I mean? So
crazy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like we from two different hoods. Like my hood down the street from the hood my dad and them in. You know what I mean? So I actually used to be in tour with my dad's hood. So like the youngest from over there. But
yeah.
Is that what the shootout was with Miss Singhouse?
Which one?
Which shootout?
We have plenty of them.
You said you had what, a shootout in front of Miss St. B house?
He's listening to a lot of Yo Gotti.
Miss St. B, yeah, he helped.
I'm a fan.
He helped. Miss St. B, the candy lady.
Oh.
Yeah, so, but anyway, like my daddy from a hood down the street from my hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I used to have, like when I go to my grandma's house to go see my grandma, but I'm in tour with the hood that they in. So, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to my grandma's house, I got to fight these niggas, all this, you know what I'm saying, just to go see grandma.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They catch me out there in the yard, they pull up deep. You know what I'm saying? All that, you know what I'm saying? But it was cool, though. You know what I'm saying? All that was cool. That shit made niggas soldiers, you know what I'm saying? That ain't stopped me from going to my grandma's house.
Yeah.
I still went seen them. I still went over there, you know what I'm saying? But my daddy was like, at one point it was a drought. Y'all know what drought is, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah, of course.
So, you know, I was the only one that had to work. And you know, when you the only one had to work, hustlers team up together sometimes. Like, if you in the hood, I ain't got in the hood, you know somebody who got it, man, we might put all our money together because we know the dude out other way, he the only one got it in the city, or he one of the only few people who got it. So that's when I first started hustling with my dad, and like, he hit me like, yo, son, come holler at me. When I pulled up over there, he had his money and everybody's money from the hood. Wow. Because all of them was looking for something. You know what I mean? So I started serving them. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, we were getting a lot of money together. I ain't talking about like no serving them like he smoking or nothing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we getting money, like real money together. You know what I'm saying?
So he just embraced it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he had already embraced it, just me being in the street and like my dad is like raw, like, you don't be a street and be a gangster. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. You don't take care of your business.
You say you dodged an indictment at 25, though, right?
Yeah, me?
Yeah.
Man, shit probably younger than that. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, probably younger than that. Like, it ain't too many big cases that went down in the city during my era where my name wasn't floating around it. And that's why I say my biggest blessing is that I never got indicted.
Right.
Why do you think that was? Why we think?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm meant to be a rapper. I'm meant to be him. You know what I'm saying? It's just blessings, man. It's just blessings of God, man, and also being around real niggas. You know what I'm saying? Being around real niggas. There's a few cats around me right now. Like, they real. They got indicted. They went, did their time. They came home, and they still around.
So you was talking about like real people. You mentioned a friend. He's doing 30 years because he said he could have ratted you out, but he just chose to take the time.
It's a couple niggas around me that could have put me in a situation. You know what I mean? And they just real. They're 100, and I respect them. I feel like, you know, we owe them everything. A lot of this shit couldn't even happen. You know what I mean? If they would just say I would do. So, you know, that's loyalty to me, man. It's like I'm loyal to them for life. You did. And then we got a couple dudes too that, you know, they tried it. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's the system. You still got to have enough evidence to prove your case. You know what I mean? So it's a couple dudes that I thought was 100 who won. They sour. They put a nigga name in paperwork. You know what I mean? And it's like, see, a lot of people don't understand how this shit works, right? So it's like, if I had a case, like, I can have partners in the Fed right now who got my name in paperwork, but I don't really have nothing solid. So if they put some shit, if say some shit happen, then they'll go back and use that them same old statements of them same people who want to come forward,
try to build a case
and try to make the case stronger or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be cautious, man. Then they ain't playing for it, because niggas ain't got no honor. Like, niggas lie on you or whatever to get out. They don't care nothing about that. They trying to come home, baby.
I heard
you know what I'm saying?
And you also take care of their kids, obviously, while they're incarcerated.
I take care of a lot of people, and you ain't got to really been done nothing that dramatic for me. Like, any one of my homeboys who ain't here no more, who we had to bear, I take care of their kids. Any one of my homeboys who in prison, I take care of their kids. Or if they issues, that whatever they need.
And you took care of one of your homeboys. What's this? You had someone was up for ransom. You had to pay the ransom.
Oh no, I don't know.
Listening too hard to them records,
I don't know. I don't know, man.
You don't know about that one,
We ain't had to go get nobody back, man.
So the Boy Hustler documentary.
You have to go get nobody back, man. Yeah. But it's cold out here in these streets, man. Like, you know, all the hustle, man. This shit pretty cold out here. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here, man. Like, the things these eyes just seen, and the things I done lived and experienced, man. Like I can talk from the street culture perspective, man, for years and years to come. I ain't even told you. I ain't even told them a lot of this shit in detail, because, like I was telling you earlier in the interview, some of this shit I'm afraid to speak on. You know what I'm saying? And I still got respect for the game. So, and then some of this shit you can't speak on because it involves other people, and people who still active in situations or shit still ongoing, or, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really, you know what I'm saying?
But you're real open in your music. Like, do you ever get, like, I guess, family backlash, or people like, yo, why did you speak on this? Or
yeah, I ain't gonna never do nothing to get nobody in trouble.
Oh, okay.
So that's all the respect I got for you.
Okay.
If I say my opinion, that's what my fucking opinion is.
You don't consult but you don't consult nobody before you go into the booth.
You thought
He's not calling Taylor Swift first.
You know I'm mad at you. You know I thought there was some weak shit. You know now. The album came out. You know what I mean? Like,
All the hustle this Friday.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hit you before no shit like that, but I ain't gonna never, like, you know, I have lines sometimes that be like, because they come off the top of the dome, like, and then it may be a couple niggas in the studio with me who been around long enough, who know what I'm talking about. Nigga be like, ooh. Then I be like, but you know we can't say this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know we can't put this shit out.
You got gangs in those, right?
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, you know,
he's like, I gotta follow through with that if you say that in these streets.
We gotta erase that off the whole drive. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you erase that now.
Right.
But do you feel like how is this having this big hit record change? Like, how you been moving the last couple of weeks and stuff? Seems like you're everywhere. Like, what's the difference been like being treated like as like the hot rapper? You know, do you feel like people are treating you a different way?
Maybe I noticed just with the platforms. That's my indicators.
Yeah.
You know, when you're getting booked for late night TV shows and talk shows and, you know, stuff that you never done. Morning shows and things like that. Yeah. It's growth. It show growth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, I'm lucky to be one of them artists, man, that's like, we make money year round. It ain't driven off a single.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like some artists have a hot record and they get a little money while they hot, and then when they record fade, they sit in the house until they look up on another record. You know, artists like me, we do superstar numbers 3 days a week with no record out.
Yeah.
No mixtape out, no nothing for the last 7, 8 years. That's a lot of paper.
He said a documentary beat out, he goes, my calendar booked. I was like,
all your Gotti shows sold out.
Like we trying to figure out what money we want. It ain't the issue. Is we getting money? We pick the money. What do you get? We want his money.
But now the price, as they say, the price went up though, right?
Yeah, the price always went up.
Like a Christmas tree
down
right
in the DM, baby. The price went up.
Hey, the price has to go up now. The price always going up now. They know that they know in the game. They know they're gonna be bumped up a little bit.
But on All the Hustle on the track one day, you talk about that patience. It took time for this to happen.
Yeah, I've been patient.
Right.
We talked about it when I first came in, how long I've been in the game.
Right.
You ain't never heard me complain.
That's true.
You ain't never heard me, this artist shouldn't be here. You ain't never heard me complain about nobody, talk bad about nobody's success. You'll never hear that.
Yeah.
I ain't built from that cloth. You know what I'm saying? What the next man have in his pocket, what he accomplished, like they got nothing to do with me. I feel like if I don't make it, it's my fault.
Do you instill that into your artists?
Of course, I tell them that even with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell her what I tell you. Like, my nigga, you ain't gonna get rich off me. You can get rich with me if the shit work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna work together. We hustling together. If you coming in here thinking because you sign with me, you gonna get rich off me, man, listen, you already fucked up.
Yeah, so my black gangster right here, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still trying to get, richer.
You also bring people together, man. I saw you in the studio with Birdman, Lil Wayne, baby.
Birdman, Lil Wayne, family.
Yeah.
Forever, you know what I'm saying? Like, on the real, just keeping it all the way G, like Birdman took me out the street. Birdman, the first person gave me a 6-figure check.
Wow.
Or a check that was big enough to, like, with the paper I already had in the street, where I can be like, yo, I can just do music for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So the first legal 6-figure check I ever got came from Birdman and Slim.
And that was just bringing artists to Cash Money.
And that wasn't even
right?
like to sign me. That's just like on a production deal to sign other artists to them, through me to them.
Yeah.
Universal. And they gave me a couple checks.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And more than the check though, they gave me the game and the experience. I was allowed to sit around Birdman and Wayne when doing the Carter 1. Like, I was in the house with Birdman when he got the drive from Wayne to the Carter 1. I sit in the room and listen to it with him before it came out. Like, this shit, like, this history, like, I can't, like, that's more valuable than the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in there listening to Carter 1 and I'm seeing Wayne just go from the Lil Wayne then.
Little Hot Boys Lil Wayne to his
the
own
Hot
man.
Boy Lil Wayne to the best rapper alive, selling 1 million records in the first week. I'm around like experiencing all this with my own eyes. So like, I feel like them niggas family forever. You know what I mean? Because they gave me what nobody ever gave me and what nobody can ever even give me again at this point, because they showed me this shit was real. And I can identify with them when I'm sitting down with a nigga like Birdman. Even though he a $100 million, $1 billion nigga, whatever he is, he's still a hood dude. Definitely. Like, when you having a regular conversation with him, you know he from some project in New Orleans. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I believe, you know what I'm saying? It's like looking in his eyes, like you believe you can do it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like reconnecting with Wayne on the album because you have him on the song Bible, right?
Yeah. And Wayne, it's just certain people, man. I don't know if it's me or it's just them, like me, the way I click with people, that they always be 100 with me.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's always the same. It's the same, like, every feature I ever got from him, wherever he was at in his career, in his space, it always been the same. Yo, I need you to do this joint. Send it right back. I don't got no issues with the lawyers or no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No red tape.
Like Cash Money family, man. The whole YMCMB, everybody.
But how cool was it to be back in the studio? Because, you know, Birdman and Wayne had their differences, it seemed, and like they're trying to work that out. And you was a big shot of you guys in the studio together. What was it like seeing them reconnect?
It was like, you know, I ain't say nothing that night because, you know, that ain't my business. But, you know, them being family to me, I was happy to see them in the studio. I came to the studio to rap with Wayne, and Bird was in there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I walked in there, I seen Bird too. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? Because Bird most definitely a big homie. You know what I'm saying? Bird a big homie, like, he done a lot for me. So I always want to see their situation right.
And talk about your connection to Nicki Minaj too, because you got her on the DM remix, but you guys go back, you gave her one of her first big breaks, right, with 5 Star.
This remix like the reunion was, you know what I'm saying? Because when I did 5 Star, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. When I did 5 Star, that was like my biggest record at the time. Right. And I think Nicki was coming up with mixtapes and shit. And I did I put on, I think it was Twitter or MySpace, I don't know, whatever was popping back then. I don't know. But I got
it's
on
probably
there.
MySpace.
Yeah, I got on there with like, who y'all want to hear on the remix? And everybody was tweeting me back, a lot of people, but most overall was Nicki Minaj. And on some G shit, like, I had been around her a couple times, but I hadn't really never heard her rap. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, Nicki Minaj. So I went, like, told my little homie, man, pull up some of Nicki shit, let me hear it. And when I heard her rapping, I'm like, damn, she going in. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I reached out to her, and at the time, this was around the time where, like, Nicki was getting hot. her mixtape was bubbling crazy, and the whole Young Money movement was coming together.
Yeah.
Wayne was going on tour. That was the first time he took Nicki and Drake and all of them out on the tour.
Yep.
So when I hit her, she was kind of tied up. You know, she would get managed by Deborah and them, and she was like, I do it, but I got to go on tour with Wayne right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, damn. So I got Boosie and Trina on her, I think. I got
Boosie and Trina, yeah.
Nah, I got Boosie, Trina, Gucci.
5-star remix?
Yeah, I had Gucci, Boosie, and Trina, I think, on it. There was a lot going on at the time. I think Boosie was going to jail, so we were trying to shoot the video. Yeah, we were trying to shoot the video, and Boosie was on the way to jail because we couldn't shoot the video because he couldn't leave Baton Rouge. And we had to end up shooting the video in Atlanta. And when we shooting the video, I got a call from Nicki, like, I think the day I was shooting the video. And she was like, yo, I done the verse anyway, even though I know I told you. I know it's probably too late, but I done the verse anyway. And I'm going to just send it to you and see if you fuck with it. This like, you know.
On the set of the video.
This like the day of the video because, you know, she was managed by Deborah and Gucci was on the, Gucci was on the way to the video.
Gotcha.
You know, so she sent the joint, man, and she had killed it. You know, and at the time I was saying RC or something, but you know I was still doing my independent shit. I'm paying for everything, so I'm paying for the video. 5-star was big, my biggest record. I'm still shooting my own video. You know what I'm saying? I put my own remix together, so I hit her back like, yo, come shoot the video. Like that, I just got the verse. Like, I had to you had to shoot her verse separate because it wasn't really on the song.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And we had to go back and put the song together after the video and shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's shit you can do when you're the boss, you know what I mean?
I mean, be told
when you run your own shit and you do what you want to do, you can make them type of, you know, a label with a frantic, like when crazy, we don't have time to put that together. It's just, we can't, you know what I mean? Like, so that's one of the good things about being in control of your situations. You can make last minute spur of the moment decisions, and a lot of times them type of decisions be the best moves you ever done. I think that shit we did with Nicki with 5-star remix was like was a great moment just in the game.
Yeah, because the BT jumped on it too, right? You were saying.
Yeah, right? We put it on. You know, 106 and Park was goddamn it playing the hook in the verse, and they were going to the next video. But we had Nicki at the end of that joint, right? My video was the only video they played to the end.
So did she voluntarily?
Yo, we had Nicki at the end of that joint, you know what I'm saying? So they had to play that shit to the end. You know what I'm saying?
For the down to the DM, did she voluntarily?
How'd you guys hook back up?
This one did.
I hit we reached out to her, Mac now. You know, we reached out to him and she was like, no doubt. Yeah. She like, when you need it. And at the time, like, you know, I was turning my album in. I'm always late. They be always pressuring me. You know I'm always late trying to change something. So I had turned the album in already. So she was like, she can turn around in 2 days. So she turned it around, and the crazy shit is, I got the verse back the day before my pre-order went up. So you know how this shit work. Like anybody in the game know the iTunes, everything locked in. You talking about taking the album off of iTunes, reloading it up. It's another label.
Yeah,
frantic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's almost an impossible job to do because nobody thinks you can really clear Nicki Minaj in 24 hours. You know, but again,
relationship.
Yo, Gotti can.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 24
hours. They got 2 verses, man. Right? 2 verses.
Yeah, shout out to Bird. Shout out to Nicki. Shout out to Mac.
Look at that smile.
Shout out to Ed. Shout out to the Lawyers University. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man.
So was that the final? That was the final cherry on top of the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
so it made it feel right.
Not only did we get the verse, but we got it cleared in 24 hours.
Wow, impressive.
And up on iTunes and out. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I wanted to know, Gotti, even before you came in, I said like you're one of the most prolific artists in the game, probably ever. Like, is that like conscious? Because I don't want this album to come out and like 3 weeks later there's a new Gotti mixtape.
Nah, I ain't gonna put out no mixtape. CMA was my last mixtape.
Right. Really?
Yeah, I'm through with mixtapes for a minute.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's straight album. See, like, the fans got to understand this, right? Like, and that's what you see me saying Gotti Nation a lot. Gotti Nation is I'm talking to them people who was there with me, who I feel like put me in this position. Them same people, I need them to understand that, like, we need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as your favorite rapper, we need you to support. We need you to rep. You know what I mean? For your favorite rapper. Because you make the difference, really. The blogs don't make the difference. The labels don't make the difference.
Still the consumer.
You know what I mean? It's what you do. It's what you do. It's like voting. Who show up and votes at the end of the day with the polls. You know what I mean? So it's you got to vote for your favorite rapper. You got to show up for your favorite rapper or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's important for the fans. And you have artists like me who, like, I put out 3 mixtapes last year.
Wow.
Concealed. I put out Concealed
altogether.
Last year. I did what? Concealed, I know.
You did.
I did CM8. I did The Return. So this is all free music.
Right.
So sometimes what happens is they get consumed, they get used to getting music from you for free, that they forget that they got to buy it at some point. You know what I'm saying? So your album come out and say they forget that they supposed to buy it because they just got 40 songs from you for free. Like, that's one thing I commend on, like, because with me having my own label now, like, if we put out an artist music, like, we got to put everything on iTunes, because, and not that we even care to sell the music to the fan, it's all about training. Like, you got to train them nowadays that they supposed to buy the music.
Yeah.
Cause motherfuckers don't, they
bring
forget.
them to this moment. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, if you look at artists like a lot of the big ones, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was selling the music from the gate. I don't give a fuck if they weren't selling them 500 copies or 1,000 copies. They was selling it from the beginning, and I ain't know why when I was getting this shit away. But when I look back from executive point, they was training the consumers that you buy this artist music. When you see Kendrick Lamar, you supposed to buy it. When you see this person, you supposed to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was really just great structuring and business from whoever was behind them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, our fans just got to, we going in reverse. We going in reverse, because you can't tell me that we ain't hotter than some of these niggas who doing more numbers than us.
Yes, sir.
You can't tell me, we know, you know what I'm saying, we in the game. Everybody know everybody's numbers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This shit like public record. We know who getting what, who booked how many days a week. We know who getting money. We know who ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no question if Yo Gotti one of the top niggas who get money out here on a success level. If you were rating it on who doing the most shows, who getting the most paper, who bringing the most people out a weekend, my numbers would be at the top.
So is that how you define it? Success is not necessarily like album sales then, right?
Success is, I think success is your own measure, however you measure.
How do you define it?
I define success on, like, things I showed Elliot when he came to Memphis.
What you see, Elliot?
When I take
this podcast ain't long enough, man.
when I take them around and show them, like, look, this is my mama's house, this is my brother's house, this is my joint, this the other joint.
When we ride around the golf course,
this that, you know what I'm saying? Like this that. I'm pretty sure a lot of rappers with them plaques on the wall ain't. Dang, this shit ain't like that.
You still got that first house that you turned to the fuck house?
You know what I'm saying?
Too much Yo Gotti.
We ain't got that one, but we got one though. We still got one of them joints in rotation. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's just, you know, I think that's very important too though. Like, I think we really got to get that out there. I'm glad y'all asked me that question though. Like, these fans, man, they make the difference in the world. Like, they got to show up and really buy the album and support the album. Even you know, they got to get in their conditioning. That's why I ain't gonna put out no mixtapes for a minute.
That's good. It's always,
you know what I'm saying?
It surprises me when you have like a show here in New York, and I'm a Gotti fan, but I'm like, is everyone in New York? Because it's a hard market here. But people come to your shows here in New York and they packed out.
Yeah, my last few shows in New York been sold out.
Yeah,
man, you know, I was scared of New York for a long time, man.
Really? Why is that?
Like, I didn't want to come do no shows in New York. Man. Look online, man. New York hard on niggas. Yo, you gotta be a thorough nigga, man, for New York to fuck with you. Like, man, New York hard, man. Like, dang, I ain't seen them throw shit at niggas, and like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to.
I'm out here for you to boo me. I'm Yo Gotti.
Like, my whole career, I throw my whole life away. Some shit like that. I get on stage, you niggas throwing shit at me. I've been doing some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, New York hard, man. I just look on the internet and be like, damn. I don't know, man. Like, oh, man, you see Sissy J went to New York. You see that show? Man, they were hard. That's how you be like, you know what I'm saying? But
well, speaking of bold, man, Angela Simmons, man, you got to finally to connect with the sister, man. What was that like, man?
It was cool. I chopped it over.
Was she honored that she's on the record?
Yeah, she said she was flattered.
Yeah.
You know. Did I mention her name? But you know me, I'm
Did you buy her a restaurant, Gotti?
Nah, I ain't buying no restaurant. I bought her some flowers. I sent her some flowers, and I sent her another gift too.
So your feelings are still where they, to pursue that, to see what's going on?
I'm at it, man. It ain't too many things in life that I've been at that I ain't really succeeded in. So, I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I want something. I say you got to tell me flat out, like, man, look, this shit ain't possible. No, leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying?
She ain't said that.
I thought she was gonna be in the video for a second. I was kind of disappointed.
We were trying to pull it off. We were trying to pull it off. And we had Mike Epps too. Mike Epps was gonna play the groom originally. Yeah, but it's sometimes it's just time.
Do the remix with Nicki and get it in there.
It's time reflection. So you know what I'm saying? When everybody getting money, man, you understand like people have to be certain places and certain commitments. So I ain't never gonna tell nobody not to get their money.
Right.
Yeah.
So the album, man, Friday, the documentary, man. Talk about where they can see the documentary, man.
The documentary, Born Hustler, it premiered on BET. BET Jams, BET Online.
Got a yellow nigga on BET.
Yeah, put us on TV, man. We on TV, Elliot. What kind of shit, man? You know what I mean?
Oh, before we get out of here, too, you work with Timbaland, too, on the album as well.
Yeah, I work with Timbaland. I actually did 3 songs with, like, last minute. On the album, I done 3 songs, 3 Timbaland songs, and I sent them all back to him. Then I ended up using one. I think he gonna use the other ones.
Oh, okay.
I rock with Tim, man. Like Tim, one of them dudes that like you got to think he was Timbaland when I was like trying to be a rapper.
Yeah.
So it's like one of them people like you never think they be so big when you were trying to be a rapper. So whenever they come in the room and they really really fucking with your shit. You be like, damn.
Looking at him like, damn, this is motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was, I was living in Miami for a minute, so I bumped into Tim at the Hit Factory, and he didn't really know what it was, and he told me that. He like, I heard of you, yo, got a street dude running around. I don't think he really respected the music like that or the craft, and that's most people. I you know what I'm saying? Most people is like that until they actually spend some time with me and come in the studio.
Your image kind of goes above it until they get to know
hear
you.
everything. Like you have to hear everything because sometimes the shit that I put out on mixtape, I'm putting it out for a target people, and it's specifically for them. That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I may have music that's for the album that's way bigger and greater, and I don't put it out until the album come out or till I feel like the platform is right for it. So I got a chance to meet Tim, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna come to your studio. So he actually came to the studio. I was
at your vibe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Came in the room and I played him like 30, 40 records, and he couldn't believe this shit. And nigga was like, yo, he like, man, I'm text Jay-Z. I'm gonna tell you. I'm tell you. Like all people who he respect that he felt like really don't know what it is.
Yeah. Right.
He like, man, he's like telling me like, man, if this person knew you got shit like this, if this person knew you got shit like this, it'll be different. You know what I'm saying? He like just texting everybody. So I think from that day on, it's kind of like we created a little friendship. It went
mutual respect now.
Yeah, like then I started just communicating with him through just like regular days and shit. He just hit me or he just hit me randomly, send me beats and shit like that because he respected the craft.
I know you're saying that's also important to get Pusha T on the album too, because Pusha T someone people look like, oh, he's a lyricist or this guy's whatever. Maybe people may not give you your due as a storyteller and your bars.
Yeah, see, I look at Pusha T as a dope boy. You know what I'm saying? See, like I'm listening to the words. Like when Clips first came out, grinding, like the first thing I'm listening to, I'm like, man, nigga from Virginia got that work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing, but I think because connection with Pharrell and everybody, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't take nothing from his lyrics either. Like you most definitely a great in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, my initial point, my initial attraction to Pusha and the Clips music was their raw dope boy essence. So it was always like, and pushing them like, they one of the first people to ever reach out to me and do a feature, put me on their record. They put me on the Clips album.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Like long time ago, like when niggas weren't even checking for Gotti. Yeah. And I think it's the same shit because when you come from that world, you can identify. Listen, you can't talk certain quotables and certain numbers and certain things without being there. Now, if you can talk that shit without being there, I commend you. You know what I mean? Because you better than the motherfuckers who there. You know what I'm saying? If you could really pull a heist on niggas like that. And it's certain niggas, and Pusha one of them, and I'm one of them. It's certain niggas who talk their talk, and niggas just know.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't just no shit you see on the movies or read out no book or you Google or you know what I'm saying? Get off. You had to be in the kitchen for real.
That's one thing I'll say about your music. It's very consistent. Because as a listener, you're like, all right, is this creative writing or is this actually his real life? And when you listen to the discography, it's like, yeah, Gotti's that guy. He's the Pyrex King for a reason.
Man, look, we did numbers. We went platinum, you hear me? We already been platinum, you know what I'm saying? We went platinum over and over again in them streets,
Gotti
man.
said 30,000 too high, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's numbers, you know. It's numbers. You know what's crazy? Even being in the rap game is like, and I tell you, like, the streets addictive. It's like knowing the numbers and certain things is still interesting to me. And I ain't serving nobody, you know what I'm saying? But I still, it's just fucked up. I be want to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I may ask Young and something or something like, yo, what they charging for this shit?
Right.
I just want to know, like, what the state of it is right now. Like, oh man, niggas getting 40? Oh shit, for real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna have a flashback. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boy, you know what I can do some 40s if I come through and get some 40s right now? You know what I'm saying? Man, look, you know what I mean? Like, prices, like, different, you know, at different times, man. The prices will go up and crazy according to what, you know, happened in the street.
Crazy. We gotta get out of here, man. I see Brandon here, man. I know it's time to go. Tight schedule, man. This guy's a rapper in demand right now.
Day, man.
Yeah, we'll talk, man. You know,
but thank you for putting me on with the Porn Hustle documentary, man. I appreciate you sharing your world. Like you said, I know that was a process for you, especially with your family and stuff. Like, I appreciate you opening up the world.
Nah, I appreciate you coming down, man, because like I said, just, you know, that's another growth thing. You know what I mean? Like we're a fan of what you write. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we, as artists, we look at certain writers and certain people, and that's how we gauge where we at. You know what I'm saying? When we talking to certain people, it's like, oh shit, this shit moving up. Nigga, Elliot coming to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Elliot ain't come to see anybody now.
Right.
Anybody ain't getting Elliot on the plane. Man, come ride around in the trenches now.
Shit, Elliot don't even text me back sometimes. You know what I mean?
I don't have your cell, B-Dot. I don't have your cell number.
You can't get Elliot in them trenches like that, man. You know what I mean?
But after the BT run, it's going to be on what? Fada's debut in the video? The whole documentary? Latrice, come in. Bring the business real quick.
What's up? It looks like it's going to be Rap Radar.
Hey. Oh, okay. There we go. The fight is fixed, baby. Let's do it.
Let's do it like that, and we're going to put it out, man. Spread it.
And get that album, man. Like I said, Gotti Nation, man. You got to support, man.
Gotti Nation, we need you, man. Go pre-order the album. Go get the album. It's in stores Friday.
Oh, the hustle.
Thursday at midnight. You know what I'm saying? Or you can pre-order it now. I don't know what you're waiting for.
Quality recording.
You don't get it anyway. You might well get it now. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Thank you, Gotti, baby. Love.
Yes.
Yeah.